Hello my friends, today I want to talk to you a bit about something that I'm actually still dealing with, something that's very hard to come to terms with, like to understand it, to accept it, because it's just something that's a big part of me, but now I have to kind of let it go in a way. Hear me out. All my life, I've been someone who relied on the mental, not toughness, but maybe just, that mental ability to go over the physical. Like, you guys maybe know who are subscribers for a long time about acne, about anything like that. I always tell people I stopped acne by not caring about it, by shifting my mind to other things. People say, oh, blah, blah, no. And I 100% believe this. Your mind is the most powerful thing. It can overcome matter. It can change things in physical world. It is so powerful. Just as your mind can make you sick, people literally make up illnesses and get sick, physically sick. It can also be used for power. It can be used to change your life and everyone else around you. It's powerful. And the thing is, it worked for me. Through many situations, it worked. I managed to do good things that I thought I wouldn't be able to do. But then, around 4 years ago, I started getting kind of sick. I guess around Corona, COVID, I started getting sick a lot, Like from the beginning of my life, I had very low immune system. Like it was very bad. I couldn't get any kind of, shots because I might get the illness that I'm trying not to get. So it's just been something, I'm always have that kind of, like getting sick, but I've kind of pushed through it. But then, like I said, 4 years ago, I started getting sick. And I thought of it like nothing, okay, whatever, And I got a few times sick like this. At one point I got so sick that when I was recovering, I literally wouldn't be able to, after maybe 5 p.m., I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just want to go sleep. And I started doubting myself. I started thinking, did I become weak? What's wrong with my mindset? I'm still want to do everything. I still want to do all of these activities, but my body is like giving up on me. Is this my mind telling me I'm doing something wrong? I still didn't get it then. Okay, few years go by, whatever. I'm training 4 times a week. I'm doing MMA. I'm doing physical jobs. I'm writing. I'm doing all these things. I keep getting sick, and not only that, I keep getting overburned. I used to think this was because I was just undisciplined, because I would have these sprees where I would do, just a good few days, then I'd stop. But I realized my own limits. This is what this video is about, my friends, the limits. I used to believe that you are unlimited. You can just push as far as you can. You can go build a ceiling as high as possible and then reach it, But every single one of us has a limit. And trust me, I want to be the last person to tell you, you should limit yourself, because that's bullshit. A lot of these things are just in our mind. And like I said, I've repeated probably a lot during this video, if we can push so much further beyond than we think is possible. But if your body starts giving you signs and people around you are starting to get worried about your health and well-being, maybe then you found your limits. And this is the takeaway. You need to find your limit. You actually need to push it so hard that you get sick, whatever it is, You need to do this as a person who's looking to get better or improve or, improve in anything in life. You need to do this just so you can know, okay, this is how much I can do right now. Maybe later you'll be able to do more or less, whatever. But you should not limit yourself if you don't find this limit. I realized, okay, I keep getting sick. I need to tone it down a little bit and also optimize things that maybe are not the best, Maybe get my nutrition as best as possible, maybe my sleep as best as possible, my stress levels as best possible, maybe tone down a bit of training or a bit of things that I'm doing. And I need to find a balance. I feel like I'm finding it lately, I've been really consistent with other things that I've been doing in my life. There's no more of these sprees where I go very hard and then stop. It's kind of just every day I'm doing really good. And I really feel like it's just because I finally accepted I'm a human being. I'm a human being with my own capacities, I'm still gonna give it my 100% in everything that I do, but my body is giving me signs. Hey man, you're not doing something well for yourself. So yeah, you need to understand, you need to be kind of humble in a sense, but first, don't be humble, be arrogant, find that limit, and then be smart to catch yourself in time before it's too late, before you get completely overburnt, you know. I'm lucky that I have good people around me who almost set me down pretty much, and like, you're hurting yourself. And yeah, so like I said, still difficult for me to overcome this, still difficult for me to kind of be like this, but this also kind of has been a theme for me also for other things such as faith. You know, the same thing, I always relied on myself, now I rely on God, you know. And again, it's been very hard for me to understand that actually I don't have anything in control, that God is actually giving me the power to have things in control if He wants to do so. And it's the same thing, you know, just accepting life, doing what you can, but accepting life, and realizing that not everything is in your control. So I guess that there's this just a lesson there to be humbled and to listen to your freaking body. So yeah guys, I hope this video made sense, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Well, I ended and edited the video, but still want to say this, that it's not also a freaking sprint, you know. It's such a cliche thing to say nowadays, but it's better to take it slowly and actually reach the destination than constantly keep getting, you know, these big obstacles that just slow you down and you actually don't reach the goal if you just went to it slowly over time. And it's also, you know, you absolutely should compete with others. You absolutely should, you know, have that competition in your life. But at the end of the day, we're all our own individuals and with our own capacities. Just something to keep in mind. See you later.